So everyone knows James is live, so no more.
Walker, you better include this in the podcast. By the way, in the when you fucking post this. So it is canonical that no one in Resident Evil has sex. Everyone's a virgin except for Leon and Ada.
Well, yeah.
They fucked once in Paris and that's it.
So everyone else is Jedis?
Yes.
Oh.
No one has had sex. Well, I guess Barry. Well, no, it's not confirmed that Barry had sex, even though he has a kid. She could be adopted. And in the Birkin, same way, but no one has had sex.
That just seems like a lot.
Resident Evil's filled with a bunch of fucking virgins. Atsugeru yume wo ikiyosu ne. Sagashi ono sagashi yuku no sa. One Piece.
A bunch of Oriental offended people. If you're singing the same words but in a different language, we're still gonna get demonetized.
Well, yeah, no, my singing's close enough to it that we're probably gonna get demonetized.
Oh, just the melody.
Yeah. Well, I told you once that oh, I am peeking super hard. That YouTube actually once sent me like a content ID claim because I was singing a song in one of my videos.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's stupid.
And then you got hit with 3 demonetizations for the Game Awards.
Yeah, that was great.
Like Green Day.
Fucking Green Day. God damn it, Green Day.
Pretty much. Hey James, can you head to my stream really quick to make sure my mic works? I've never used this on the stream before. I've never used this, so I don't know if it actually works.
I've never used this mic before. I don't know it works. Boom.
No, I don't know for sure, but it should work. Yes, it should. It's going like it does, but you never know how
Fuck it, Streamlabs.
how Streamlabs works. Bastards. Because you never know how it works. Just because one day it works, next day it don't.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that something? So annoying.
Ain't that a kick in the head?
It's a very strong kick in the grind area.
In the grinder area.
Grinder. Grinder.
Let me know when you guys are there. If you guys hear the voices or not. In my head.
I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. They understand. They talk to me. They talk to me.
They do talk to me. Good old Randy Orton. Good old OG of wrestling now. I don't know anyone that's older that actively wrestles.
Yo,
Okay, I'm
Elvis
ready.
Presley in my chat asked Sonic Boom is the best game of the decade.
Really? Best game of the decade.
Sonic Boom is the best game of the decade. And yeah, Walker, you're working. You're good. You're
Oh, it's
Gucci.
gonna be an amazing show.
It is gonna
You
be a
guys-
show.
Is everybody else ready?
I'm
I'm
already
ready.
live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going at
All right.
it.
My
Sweet.
shit won't fucking work again.
Uh-oh. Are we? You need another second? You need a second?
No, it's just not. I don't fucking know.
He needs a few
Oh,
days with.
Streamlabs isn't working at all.
Yeah, he needs a
Alright.
few tweets to Streamlabs help and support. That's what he needs.
All right. Well,
He needs a few Twitter DMs.
3, 2, 1. There we go.
That's how you go
There we are.
live. Little sweet chin music for anybody,
Yeah.
whoever's listening. Welcome.
Yeah. Another show.
Heck yeah, man. Welcome everybody to what could be called the year-end episode of 2019.
The
We did
last
it,
episode
boys.
of 2019.
Survived.
We survived pretty much
was-
an entire year.
I was pretty
Every
confident
week.
I was gonna make it.
I thought I was gonna be
Every
dead by
week
now.
Since February, we made a podcast And in February, we'll be at 1 year,
Mhm.
and we also are going to be sponsored by Podbean themselves.
Podbean is gonna do what now?
They're gonna
They are-
feature us.
They are going to
What is
feature
that?
us on their front page for everyone to see, on their website, on their app. You go there, you're going to see Level Unlock Podcast smack right in center, baby.
That's right.
Which actually
Why
takes
is
place
that?
pretty much the week of our 1 year anniversary, which is February. It happens February 12th. Our 1 year anniversary is the week before that, so it's close.
Oh, the week.
But crazy enough, though, yeah, we lasted an entire week, so.
Year.
We've lasted
I mean,
an
we
entire
lasted-
We
week.
lasted exactly
Yeah,
1
entire
week.
Yeah.
We
One
lasted
whole
an
week.
entire
All right, guys,
year.
welcome to the second episode of Level Unlock Podcast. I figured we all have punched out by
I'm
now.
actually not even here.
But yeah, that's awesome.
was
That's
Schroeder
huge.
on our
So
was Schroeder on our second episode?
he was on the second, not
Yeah.
the third. And
Yeah,
then
'cause-
from there on out.
Because Jeff was just gonna be a guest.
Yeah, I was a
he was-
special guest that wouldn't leave.
Yeah, same with Nate and Mark.
They even wrote letters.
And then
Yeah.
Nate joined, and Mark said, "Fuck
Restraining
you
order.
guys, you never asked, but I'm joining you anyways." I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding,
mean-
Mark. I love you.
It's not too funny.
But yeah, we grew a lot. 700 downloads, 50 episodes. Next year is a whole new ball game. So for this episode, for those who are listening, it's gonna be a reflection. It's a review, year in review, decade in review. Because not only are we ending 2019, we're ending the past effing decade. We're entering a new decade in 3 days, 2020. So it's a lot has happened in the last 10 years. Nate was in elementary school. Not even
What?
puberty.
Was I in elementary school?
I hope not, but you probably were. You would have been 12, like
So-
22 or 23.
I'm 22. So
Yeah, you
yeah,
would've
I would have
12 years
been
old.
in 6th grade.
Yeah, middle school.
Fuck.
So yeah, that just goes to show you how insignificant 10 years actually seems. But then you break it down, it's like, holy crap. I wasn't 21. Jeff wasn't. Well, yeah, you would just been turning 21, I think, Jeff, right? Yeah.
I think so.
Everyone else was in high school, so it was a good time.
I had
But yeah,
one
we'll-
YouTube channel under my belt.
you
I
did.
was thinking about doing another one.
I had a YouTube channel under my belt. Ugh, it was cringy as fuck.
I was
was
on
hilarious.
YouTube for a year.
That's awesome.
When like a decade ago.
That's phenomenal. That's awesome, though.
That's fucking
yeah, we get-
weird.
We'll be talking games. We'll be
It's pretty
talking
weird.
movies, news, some things that happen. Like I was doing when I was doing that thing for the news, like the biggest news of every year. I was like, I forgot that happened. Like it makes you think, and it's like, oh yeah, that's fucking. Oh, and we also got some tech gadgets, worse than the best and the worst games, and internet trends. We'll get to that because that's some of the internet trends throughout the years where. Just an example, Tide Pod Challenge. Just throwing that out there.
Wait, you mean that's not going on anymore?
Oh, it's not?
I still do it all the time.
Yeah,
I like to
Yeah.
vape Tide Pods, actually.
it's true.
Hell
So
yeah,
much
dude.
healthier.
The blue is the menthol.
You guys know like my menthol.
It's icy hot. It's like
It is.
it's menthol and cinnamon.
Something real weird's going on, I think.
So let's
lost
start
all my
really
audio.
quick. Let's get some weeks out of the way and then
Oh, I think my headphones
dive
are dead.
into our year and decade review, boys.
Walker,
who
you want to
wants to go
boost your
first with
volume
the
a little
week?
bit more?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Just a little quiet to hear when everyone else is talking.
I got you.
There you
Just
go.
got a new mic, so that's why it's a little probably off for me. So still
There,
working on it.
That's much better.
Who wants to go first?
Dude,
The
the week?
order we wanted to go in.
I mean, I can go
Uh,
first. Fuck it. I'll do
yeah.
it. I'll volunteer.
Do it.
At it.
So Christmas happened.
Christmas did happen.
So I went to go see Star Wars.
You did.
Did you like it?
Thoughts, concerns?
I'm gonna. I
Feelings?
just have an idea that it's it was fine.
It.
Is that?
I have never seen. There's two things with the movie. I've never seen one movie try to just push another, like the prequel, just so far under the rug. Because it was like everything that happened. Pretty much everything that was done or said in The Last Jedi was completely pushed under the rug in the last one.
Nice.
I've also never seen a movie that fluctuated from being a 2 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10 so many goddamn times. There were parts of it that were like, oh, that's really cool. And then there's other parts of it that were just ungodly bad. Like, so fucking bad. Overall, I mean, it was definitely a way to kill 3 hours.
So you know how the critics shit on it?
Yeah.
Were they right? Were they half right? Or were they completely wrong?
They definitely had valid points to it. The part where they said that there wasn't a whole lot of action, I don't know what movie they were watching.
Yeah,
because
I agree with that 100%.
Like, most of that movie was just nonstop action.
Really?
Oh, yeah, there was a lot of action in that movie.
From the start, but that was a lot of the critics' reviews, how it was very boring and a lot of plot. Like, they had to get a lot of stuff out to talk about.
Yeah.
They're like, it's very slow. No, it's not.
It also moved at a breakneck speed. Like, it
Like
moved
blink and you miss it kind of thing?
pretty much.
Okay.
It was
They
moving
basically
so
had to tell like
fast.
2 movies in one. That's one of my biggest things about it.
Yeah.
Is it went like, okay, this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened and this happened. It told it all, but they could have honestly made this into 2 movies.
Yeah,
if they really wanted
basically the gist of the movie is it's 2 movies combined into one. And you can tell, like, boom, it's very easy to tell where the first movie ends and the second movie, the actual ending to the trilogy, begins.
Okay. I guess
kind of like
the
your
only
Harry Potter part 1, part 2 kind of concept, or like the Avengers, like that. They could have done something like that.
I guess my only thought process for them saying it's not a lot of action, I haven't seen it yet still, but I imagine, like, was it a lot of action or was it a lot of gunfire and, like, blowing shit up and whatnot?
There was a lot
like
of
4 lightsaber battles.
Yeah, there was a lot.
Were they, like, as intense as the old school lightsaber battles, though?
They managed to do a good... One of the big positives of the movie is they managed to combine the best parts of the old weighty lightsaber duels with the flippy shit that was in the prequels.
Okay.
Like, they melded it together where it was fast-paced, it was entertaining to watch, but it still felt like it had weight to it. And, I mean, the positives... Cinematography was beautiful. There were some absolute breathtaking shots, especially in the beginning. Walker, did you get a headache during that beginning part, where all the flashing lights?
Well, that's why they have that huge warning that if you have seizures and shit,
Don't watch it. Do not watch that movie.
Not for people with epilepsy.
No.
The tickets they just printed. I saw someone. They now print them on the tickets, because I went to go see Frozen yesterday with my wife and my kids, and one person was like, if you seizures, blah blah, do not see this, and they actually had it posted behind the cashiers, that
Yeah,
like, a giant ass warning sign. It was a lot, because it's like,
yeah,
it's like very like flashy.
yeah. No, it is extremely, like, I don't have epilepsy or anything like that, and flashing lights don't faze me usually. This gave me a headache that lasted the entire day.
Damn.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
Oh, that's not good.
Because it's all lightning. It's lightning bolts galore. And if you understand where the lightning comes from, then you know why it's there. But
I mean,
but
it's
yeah,
the
that's pretty
first,
much what
like,
it is.
10 goddamn minutes of the movie, and
is.
also, if you plan on seeing it, watch the Fortnite event. Because the very first line of that opening text scroll mentions the Fortnite event. Palpatine's
That'd be
back.
funny.
Yeah.
It's fucking 10 minutes
That's
in.
interesting.
They show Palpatine. He's a really cool looking zombie. And they
Really?
spoiled that during the Fortnite event. They completely spoiled it. Because Palpatine's like, I'm back. I'm a zombie. Evil. The Force.
He's not exactly a zombie, but close.
He looks like a fucking zombie.
Well, now I have to look this up.
Spoilers, by the way.
It's
Sorry.
fucking spoilers for something that was free that they just gave away at the beginning of at like a fucking event that
That is
millions
true.
of people watched. And it's at the fucking very beginning of, oh, hey, spoilers, guys. The good guys win. All right? The good guys win.
You ruined it.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah. I feel like this would have been a fantastic second movie. If this was episode 8, it would have been perfect. Well, I wouldn't say perfect, but it would have been much better.
That's what people wanted, but
Yeah.
fucking J.J. Abrams was like, no, let's make Star Trek into Star Trek Beyond instead.
Yeah, I'm very, very conflicted about this movie, and the more I listen to other people's like critiques and them talking about it, the less favorable I'm towards this movie.
I see.
Because I'm just thinking, I'm remembering all the stupid shit in the fucking movie. Acting's fantastic still. I mean, Oscar Isaac as Poe Dameron and John Boyega as Finn are the two. They're the power couple of the movie. They are the power couple. The chemistry is just fantastic between those two.
Agreed.
Lots and lots of references to other Star Wars movies. Especially when you get to the
55
climax.
Easter eggs.
Especially when you get to the
55
climax.
Jeez. Yeah, I think I've seen somewhere where they said there's actually quite a few,
There's a lot.
quite a few Easter eggs in this one.
Yeah,
But
there's a ton.
but overall, I mean, it wasn't a bad way to kill 3 hours.
That's
Would
good.
would I do it again? Maybe for like $5, I would go see it again. But
That's the one thing.
that's about it.
Movie ticket prices are here are triple what they are in Erie.
Yeah.
That
Why?
shit sucks. It's $12 a ticket.
Oh, that's about average.
Jeez.
Oh, well, Erie, they
Tuesdays
cut
it's
the prices.
$5.
Yeah.
Every other day it's $8.
So it's not triple, but it feels
Yeah,
like
not
it's a lot
crazy,
fucking
but
more.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
It's probably kind of expensive in Florida too.
Yeah, that's probably why I thought it was normal. Yeah, they're like $12 here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to go see a 3D movie is like it's like $16, $17.
And the crappy thing
Wow.
is for here, all we have are what's called like luxury seating.
That's probably why.
And in XD movie theaters,
That's why.
XD is like your
Gale of Darkness?
huge. Yeah, it's your huge screen. It's got like 75 billion pixels, blah blah blah, and it's got seats that
All of
lounge-
the pixels.
It's got seats that lounge back and everything, and that's the only. We have 8 movie theaters, and every single one of them are those. It's like, damn it.
Yep.
What else you do, James?
I beat Pokemon.
Oh, you did?
I finally beat Pokemon. That was a fun ride.
Was it?
Oh yeah, no, I had a
You
lot
feel
of fun.
accomplished?
I do.
You feel
actually.
like you did you catch at least most of them?
Healthy amount.
Okay.
I think I need like 60 more.
You know what they do with all the extra ones, right?
What?
I told you know what they do with all the extra ones, right?
What do they do?
I told you last time. The
I don't
McDonald's
remember what-
dollar menu, but odd.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I don't even remember what I had for breakfast this morning.
Yeah. Like when you're playing Pokemon Go and you get rid of your doubles.
Yeah, they just throw
Right
them into
to
the meat
McDonald's
grinder.
they go. Yeah.
Throw them in the meat grinder.
It's a very brutal game if you really think about it.
So
So fucked.
Especially like, you go to the park and you catch a bunch of them. So if you think, you got these Pokemon, these little Mudkips running around the park, just being little Mudkips with the little Mudkip family. And then you like, gimme!
Give me that.
And
I want to
straight
eat that.
Gotta catch them all.
Brutal.
Yeah, I mean that's been pretty much my week. I went to round 1. They raised the prices of beer, which I'm upset about. So it always been $2.99 for a tall, unless you get
Okay.
like Stella, which is $10 for a tall, which I'm still butthurt about. But now I go there for someone's going away party, and I go up to the bar, and the dude's like, "That'll be $5.99 for a large shock top," and I go, "Excuse me." Yeah, we changed the prices. We upped the prices of beer. And I go, "You're fucking kidding me, right?" Nah. I'm like, "Well, this is a special occasion place now. I'm not going here to get drunk again."
This is no longer for us filthy casuals.
Nah.
That sucks.
This is for the high rollers
does
only. High Rollers Club. So yeah, I hung out there for about an hour, then finished up Pokemans. Now I'm trying to figure out what game to stream next. What should I do on Mondays and
you
Tuesdays?
stream next?
Death Stranding.
No,
Not a stream game.
not a stream
Did
game.
you?
Definitely not a stream
It's
game.
not a stream game.
I would watch it.
Yeah, I
Just
know
because
you
you walk for like 10,000 miles. is that what it is?
exactly, and I would have to start all over again.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you have any interest, we should stream some Warframe shit.
We should.
Just
Oh,
stream some Ark.
got back into fucking Warframe because this
Yeah, we did.
asshole in the middle of my screen. When was it? Christmas Eve? Was it?
No, it was the day after Christmas.
Is that game good? I've heard a lot of people playing
It's
Warframe,
great. It's
but I don't know
fantastic.
nothing about it.
Warframe's great.
I was dating a girl for a little bit that was like,
It's free. You'll spend a
Obsessed
lot
with
of
it.
money on it. It's free though.
a week. Yeah.
I probably put about $150 into it.
I hear you
Same.
can sink a staggering amount of money into that game.
I have
No, 100%. I put at minimum 150 to 200 in it.
That's madness. Y'all crazy.
Mind you, that's over a course of like 3 years, but still.
What were we even talking about, Nate? That got us kind of back into it. We were just talking, and then we were talking about Warframe. We didn't know what to play. We were just hanging out in the Discord, and then
Yeah.
you go, "You want to play Warframe?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want to play Warframe."
Well, fuck some Warframe
so
up.
essentially what had happened, as far as I remember, I think it was the night we were all going to play Rocket League.
Oh,
And then Jeff was like, "Oh, I'll be right back." And then Walker all of a sudden was like, "I'm gonna go drive around and look at Christmas lights."
These guys know when
yeah.
I say
That's
I'll
what
be
that was
right
Christmas
back, there's a
Eve.
good chance I'm not coming home.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
coming back.
that was Christmas Eve.
Was it Christmas Eve?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and then like all of a sudden we were just like, well, we started talking about Warframe. I was like, yeah, Warframe's pretty neat. They did some stuff, and then Warframe did some stuff. And I'm like, well, you know what? You want to play Warframe? He's like, yeah, let's play some Warframe. I'm like, okay, we're gonna play Warframe. So then we start playing Warframe, get back into it. I start oogling over skins again because they're dope.
Who would oogle
I
over
start
skin?
oogling over frames because I want them.
Yeah,
They
it's
do
a good time.
they do the looting game the best out of like any live service game because they manage to get you all the fake currency that you could ever want, and it makes you feel accomplished.
hmm
And,
And
then,
like the cool thing is, oh sorry, what's up?
and then you want to get these new characters, but you don't want to spend money because you're a cheap piece of shit. So you go on and do the exact same quests over and over and over and over and over again for like 20 goddamn years, trying to get one blueprint so you can build part of a Warframe. So you can go to your forge, use those resources to wait a day of real-time hours, 24 real hours, to have it build a chassis. Now, you still
If
need the
you wanna
helmet
put
and the neuropics.
Yep. If you want to put together a Warframe, it basically takes about 3 to 5 days, depending. If you want to put together Equinox, it takes like a fucking week and a half. Don't even fucking
That's
think
not
about
even
that.
that's not even getting the parts.
No, yeah.
That's not getting the blueprints or the materials needed. That's just
That's where the-
building.
That's where the name Wait Frame comes from, and then the other part of it's War Farm.
Yeah, that's all you do in it. But they managed to somehow. Jesus Christ, he's dying.
Ripping the trap.
ripping the
Yeah.
trap.
Yeah, straight up.
They
Straight up.
managed to go from a game that basically almost killed their company with Star Trek, the Star Trek movie game, to making Warframe, which for the first year to 2 years was trash garbage.
Trash and garbage?
Yes. Both.
Both.
And then making it the best free-to-play game out there. I don't know how they do it. And now they're making billions and millions of dollars, presumably, on this free-to-play game. They're the ultimate hustlers.
It's pretty fucking insane. I will say that.
Game's good.
It's like,
They're
here's
still
some-
updating it.
Mm-hmm.
Game's good. I'm gonna be plugging more hours into it.
And the thing is that like, it gives you benefits for getting different things. It's not like fucking Fortnite as you go buy a skin, nothing happens, or you go buy a different character and nothing happens. It's quite literally everyone has an excessively different play style.
Mhm.
And you have to physically learn how to run characters
Think of
and
it.
like how they respond with other characters in
Yeah.
your team too.
It's just like a regular MMO,
Mm-hmm.
but no. Well, there PvP. I think they added PvP not too long ago to it.
They did when they added the open world aspect of it too. Yeah, it's technically handshake. You have to. Well, no, actually PvP.
Isn't
That
it
was
a
added
separate
a long
mode?
time ago.
Isn't it
Yeah,
like-
so
yeah,
you
it's
can
completely
do
separate mode.
team v team. Yeah, it's like a deathmatch essentially.
But yeah, Warframe good. Play Warframe now.
Warframe is good.
Download it.
It's free.
What
All
about
right,
you,
I'll
Nate?
check it out. Check it out.
How was your week? Since you were kind of with James and that, how was your week?
Mine?
Yeah, since you were
Okay, I
in
didn't
that with
hear you.
James, so yeah, how were you?
You're a
How
little
was your week?
quiet, my guy. But overall, I mean, like everyone else said, Christmas was a thing. Got some neat stuff for Christmas. Hung out with the lady. Fucking worked and stuff. Played the Battle Royale. Got these super dope fucking headphones that I absolutely adore. I love these things so much. What else? I mean, honestly, I didn't do a ton this week. I got a couple new games from the lady. I got a fucking Devil May Cry. I'm gonna be playing a fuck ton of that. That game's great. Well, Devil May Cry 5 to be specific.
Yeah, Devil May Cry 5.
It's a fun game. I can understand how that game won. I definitely get it. Honestly, though, like, I don't know if it's just that I put it on the normal mode, so it's not like crazy easy, but it's not like difficult. And it just feels too easy. I feel like I've died to a boss once because I decided to run out of I ran out of fucking Devil Breakers, so I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna let this thing kill me because it flies, so I have to use these. So I let it knock me down, got my Devil Breaker back. Because you play as a character named Nero. If anyone's familiar with the cry, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. I just feel like it's a little too easy at the moment, but I assume it's gonna get harder.
It does. Especially if you
Other
try to
than
triple
that-
S rank everything.
Okay.
That's a bitch.
Yeah, because I have legitimately not died like yet. Besides the first time when like you're not supposed to make it out, but you possibly can. I died there, obviously, and technically you don't even die. You're just like, oh fuck, he's too strong. I'm gonna go now. But yeah, I mean, I played a little bit of Anthem today. That was a thing. I honestly, I'm not even mad that the game's bad. I'm mad that it wasted so
You're
much potential.
disappointed. I'm not
Yeah,
mad.
like-
I'm disappointed.
Exactly. Like, I can see all the I don't look for like the problems with that game. I see all the points that could have been so good, and I'm just like, why? Why did EA have to make this game? Because if
You
it was
don't-
anyone else, it probably would have been great.
You don't have to look for the problems because they're right there in front of your face the entire
Yeah, so
time.
you're
You
able
have
to ignore the-
You have to dig around for the good stuff.
you're able to ignore the fact that your feet just
Disappeared.
phase through the fucking ground. Oh, it's so bad. Other than that, I played a little bit of Deceit by myself the other night. That was interesting. A lot, especially when you're in a group with a bunch of randoms.
Dude,
I will say, some of these people were more toxic than fucking I was, dude. Like, they were just bad. Like, I'm a dick, but they were just bad human beings. Like, I'm fully self-aware that I'm gonna be an asshole in games, but like, these people were just mean. No, yeah. Other than that, not a ton. Did some research for shit that we're gonna be talking about tonight a little bit. I honestly couldn't find things that like my mind that were like blowing my mind interesting, because like I remember all of it, and like
How you were like 5?
bro, I was 12, and then 13 I started to actually remember things, and then I forgot them till I was 16.
Remember?
I remember.
But like, I don't know. I'm excited to see everyone's lists and go over all that stuff. That's gonna be fun. But yeah, like when we talk about like our decades in review, like our personal ones too, that'll be interesting. But yeah, not a ton else. We're looking at car stuff. I want to get new car stuff, like Speak. Yeah, that's my week. I can't really think of anything else I did, to be honest. I played some Call of Duty.
You're a new car.
That's oh well. I have that new car smell 24/7, my guy.
What about you, Mark?
It was actually a pretty busy week for me. I went back home to Pittsburgh, saw the family, spent the holiday there. And then after being there for 2 days and spending as much time as I could, I drove back pretty much without any sleep and then came back here and my place was a mess, so that was fun. So
you know
I
you're
came
doing it.
home and cleaned up my house all frantically. It was super overwhelmed and just had a bad time over those last 2 days. And then like in the process of like that and like just keeping everything together, like my personal hygiene and eating and all that sort of shit, like that was falling apart.
You're here with us now, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, but
Just remember that.
today it's not too bad. Like last night I sort of chilled out and wrote everything down and that really calmed me down and allowed me to focus on what I needed to do to get everything figured out. So,
Who needs personal hygiene? Just become a professional Smash Bros. Player.
yeah, like I'm
Honestly.
just good at video games. Like, what's it matter?
Exactly.
And then yeah, I was in the process of cleaning up my stuff and then just getting my setup set up. Yeah,
Getting a new graphics card.
yeah, I got a new video card and then I got a monitor mount, so that was a process of setting up. I didn't realize
What's a
how cheap
monitor
they
mouse?
were. A monitor mount, like a
Oh,
thing you
mouse. I
attach
thought you
to your
said
desk.
mouse. I'm sorry. I thought you said a monitor mouse. I was like, what's a monitor mouse?
How much is one of those guys?
It depends on what you want and like what material they're made out of, but you can get them
Okay.
from anywhere from like $25 to like $50 or
Okay,
up to 100. It just really depends on what you're looking for.
I gotcha. I've been playing
I got
around with the
mine, I
idea of.
spent like $30, and it's
Okay.
like a triple monitor one.
Oh shit.
I'm happy about it.
Nice. Anything else?
Nothing too crazy. Just a hectic week dealing with the holidays.
I feel you there. What about you, Jeff?
Yeah, man. Went to spent the holidays with a buddy of mine and his family, which was a good time. Scooped up. Did I scoop anything? Games? No, not yet. But there is Fnatica is something I'm looking at. They have a nice little bundle thing they got going on there. Other than that, we got a lot of stuff in the last couple days. We played the shit out of that Rocket League.
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
true.
We've been playing that like crazy lately, dude, and we're having a good time playing it too.
Last
Turns
time-
out I'm a lot better at that than I thought I was. It's so funny because like everybody has their own thing, you know. Like Aimrite is sick at headshots and making me mad and sad at the same time when playing against him. You know, Mark, you're just a fucking genius. You know, we got Nate James over here and James. They're young and they have full hairlines. Walker has a family and I'm very envious of it, you know. So everybody has their own thing, but guess what? I can drive around a little cart. I can play soccer really good.
Jeff,
That's what's
Jeff,
up.
you forgot my other latent ability of having that
None of them can
beautiful
rent a
Toad
car.
ballad ability
What?
where
What?
it could sing massive ballads like
Oh,
Toad
yeah.
and just kill my voice.
What was that? What the hell was going on? I was cleaning. And in headphones. I could hear you singing all the way over there in the kitchen. What, a karaoke night? What the hell were you doing?
Well, it
You
all
guys are going
started off.
crazy.
It all started off with me singing
Japanese, too.
songs, anime openings, and then I started to sing "Africa" by Toto, but
That's what it
as
was.
Toad from the Mario Bros. Games,
Yeah.
and my
That was
voice did not
beautiful.
like it.
Your voice didn't, but my ears did. All of our ears did. You have the voice of an angel.
It's true.
Nate,
You
I'm
know
gonna
that?
Remember,
I'm gonna have to do that again, Nate. Now that you got new headphones, so you can hear it in
That'll
high
hurt
fidelity.
so bad.
It'll
And
hurt so
remember,
good.
Jeff, all of them have hair, but we can rent cars. So that's always.
Hey,
That's
hey,
true.
I can rent a
motherfucker!
car. What's
Hey,
up?
motherfucker! Give it
Yeah,
an hour and a half, and I'll be able to rent a car.
It's true.
Give it an hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah,
His birthday is tomorrow.
Really?
It is.
Happy birthday, bro.
Not yet. An hour and a half.
Take it
we'll
back.
be,
You
we'll
can't
be
say it
in
for
the
like 3
podcast.
hours.
We'll be in the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah, you guys can say happy birthday to him in an hour and a half. I have to wait about
Yeah.
4 hours.
It's good for being in Arizona.
Fucking nerd.
Fucking
Jerk.
loser.
So what else you do this week, Schroeder? Anything?
What else did we do? We had a lot of conversations about what the next year is going to entail.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We'll
we
dig
did.
into that. I don't know if I should talk about it now or wait until later. But one of the big things is I've been trying to get a little more analytical with what shows or what games to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I was on that Twitch strike. And looking through the numbers, guys, it was Mark and I, we were digging into it.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto, like what you do is they tell you the best times to stream what, right? And it gives you a heat map with every day and all the hours within that day. And so it gives you the best times to stream what game, or the game you select. It shows you how many people are streaming versus how many people are watching divided by who's in the rooms, right? And looking through those numbers, like what did GTA have? During their best hour, it was like an average of each streamer was like 21 or something
Yeah, something like that.
on the
I think that was
best
the
hour.
most.
And then the worst was like 12. Minecraft was insane. Minecraft was like, their best hour was like 7.
Wow.
Like way not what I expected it to be. Wasn't it something really, really like,
It was probably like 5 or 6, and then
yeah,
typically on average it was only like 2 or 3.
right.
Hmm.
Guess what Ark was?
What?
On their best night, which is Friday nights, 49.
That's pretty cool.
49.
That is pretty crazy.
That's
And
awesome.
their worst was like 22 or something. I don't know what it was. It was
That's really good.
that's why looking over the numbers, a Fallout 76, I ain't even gonna say what that was. That was just
-3 viewers.
yeah.
You lose
Because I have a buddy
viewers.
that really wants us to play that on Friday, but I'm just like, I'm not into it very much anymore, and
Nobody
Like,
watches it, unfortunately.
nobody watches it. Yeah, nobody's watching it. So it's just, yeah. So Friday nights, we're gonna start. Yep, and Nate James is on board, Walker's on board, Mark's on board. Dale is gonna come back and start streaming with us. And
Only
I don't know if
fucking
he's gonna
team
stream.
doesn't wanna play.
Yep, Cartoon Ninja, and the only one that doesn't want to play is Mr. Karaoke over there.
Hey, motherfuckers, listen. All right, hold your fucking horses, okay? I got Fire Emblem. I
Even
gotta suck.
A-Right said he's on board.
I gotta suck Claude's dick, okay? On Fridays and Saturdays, okay? My time is preoccupied.
At least he's honest about it.
Damn
Yeah, I
straight, I'm honest
suppose.
about it.
You would be. Honest Abe over here. So that's a thing that's gonna start this Friday. I got a lot of cleaning up to do. That game is like 100 gigs. More than that. It's like 140 gigs. So
Ooh.
you guys, how much? What'd you say, Mark? 107 ish.
Oh yeah, no, I couldn't do
Ish.
that even if I wanted to.
Ish.
That's why.
Yeah.
I
I'm
keep
not
it
sure
down,
how it
just
just
keep it on
downloaded
your hard
for me.
drive in spite. It'll just wreck you.
Yeah.
Anything else, Big Schroeds?
What else did we do this week? I didn't do any extra streaming. We did the Thursday Night Throwdown was fun. We had a lot of people.
Yeah,
The Battle Royale with Cheese. Yeah, we had a bunch of people. Matter of fact, we had so many people on the one night when we were playing. We've had a lot of we should be streaming it. I don't know why I'm not streaming it, man. Because we had when we were playing Rocket League.
Night. Yeah. Last
There
night
was-
you had a bunch of people on too.
Right. So things have been pretty hustling, bustling, and busy. Aside from that, though, just mad at having to go to work like everyone else. Yeah, I killed my beard by accident.
For
Yeah.
those who aren't watching the live, Schroeder shaved.
Yeah. I started for No Shave November, and it went on until just the other day. It's pretty big. I didn't like it though. I've had a lot of beards in my day, and I didn't like that one. That wasn't my favorite.
You got to roll the
I'll
dice
share
for
it
the right
actually.
IVs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. That beard had the wrong IVs, my brothers.
The wrong
But
nature
hey, if
too.
it makes for anybody who is who has a beard they're proud of and respects the beards, I'll let you know I did give it a proper burial though. For those that know me, they've probably heard how my proper burials for beards go. But for those new to the stream, let me explain to you how it goes. Amrite says he'd have to delete GTA in order to get Arc to install. But what you do is you take the beard off, right? And you set it down gently. That's step one. Step two is an index card. You need a big one, depending on the size of your beard. And you fold it up into a little boat. And you gently place that boat into a bathtub that's filled about halfway.
Do you give your fucking beard a Viking funeral?
I
Viking
do.
burial?
I gently take my beard and I gently place it into said boat made of index card. Then a wooden match and a rubber band. It took,
Viking
I went
send-off.
through half a box of fucking wooden matches. In the apartment when it,
got one.
and then I finally got it. It smelled terrible and set the fire alarm off. And the problem with this apartment complex is if one goes off, they all go off. And I'm a night owl, so it's like 4 a.m. And all the alarms in the building are going off because I fucking decided to give my beard a proper Viking burial. Honestly, I didn't have negative feelings about the alarms going off. If anything, that was the
Fitting.
trumpets blaring and ushering my beard into the afterlife, into Valhalla. Into Valhalla it went. So that's what happened to my beard. Yeah, that's it. So other than that, though,
I'm crying.
I don't think I did a lot else. What else did we do? What did we do? Anytime I'm doing stuff, it's with you guys. What else?
Oh my god.
I watched a bunch of conspiracy videos. I got in an argument with somebody in the parking lot about politics. That was nice.
What kind of conspiracies did you watch?
Just the typical ones. Refreshing. There's a channel I like to watch called Secure Team, and when you get a chance, if you check him out, Secure Team 10. He's got great videos, but he'd been MIA for like 2 months, and then he decided he jumped online and posted a video, and the video's effed up. He basically said he was working on a video and he fell asleep at his desk, woke up in his car with the police knocking on his window.
What?
Yeah, they arrested him for a DUI. The dude's like, I drink once a year, and it's like 1 beer, 2 beers on occasion.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, and
That's
it's not the first time some weird stuff happened. And it's weird because he's been posting every day for like years, dude. And then for 2 months, nothing. And it's so yeah. But so that is my couple weeks in a nutshell. I'm pretty sure I painted a couple new paintings.
You did.
I think that's it.
Good shit. Myself here really quick, obviously Christmas. I got a new toy.
Oh, shit.
Easy there. Easy.
Whoa.
Hold it down there, bud.
I thought you were gonna pull up a
Yeah,
white
you
thing.
can't do that.
These are illegal to have. What do you mean? Can't do that.
No, but never. We'll get into that later. That's a different conversation to have.
We'll get into
But,
it off stream.
I got I got an AR kit for Christmas, which I built last night. It was actually kind of like it actually came in like every little piece that you can imagine, springs, everything. So you physically have to build the whole entire thing. So that was awesome. Did that. I got this.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
fancy.
Full
Is that a
RGB, baby.
K55?
Yeah, that's fancy. Look at you with your fancy keyboard.
The brand's called Red Dragon.
Ah.
As you can see, I'm using my actual mic because I got an amp now. I got a bidet, so now my
Bidet? A
sorry.
bidet. A bidet.
Bidet.
Christ.
Holy
My,
fuck, you casual American.
My wife said it in the background, so it fucked me up because she said it, but she said
Your wife
bidet.
loves you. She got him a bidet, ladies and gentlemen. His
I'm
butthole's
going home.
How
She
cool.
said
You are
bidet,
home.
so then
I'm going to my other home.
No more itchy assholes for this guy.
yeah. So it fucked me up. So that was 100% her fault. So I have
That sucks.
Mhm.
she's right there for those who don't know. So,
Hi, lady.
she said it, and that fucked it up. But I got one of those, so my asshole's really clean.
I was about to ask, how clean is your
The
butthole?
only thing worse than saying a bidet would have been, I got a bayonet. It keeps my asshole clean.
Oh man, she got it for you because you're so inconsiderate on pegging night.
I am. So now it just goes nice and smooth.
I bet it does.
No more smell.
Shit hurts though when you accidentally put it on high.
Pegging?
Well, yeah.
Just
No,
at
in the
first.
water. Because there's different settings, and when you're not paying attention, you put it on high. That shit shoots out fast. And it,
Yeah, you have a garden hose going up your ass.
so like,
Oh man, you're fired from the band, bro.
so there's that.
We've been voted off the island.
It's ridiculous.
Saw Frozen 2 yesterday.
How was that?
It was good. Fucking theater
Yeah?
was sold out.
I bet.
Unbelievable. We tried to go the day before. It was sold out. We couldn't get tickets.
I was able to get
How
2
long ago
tickets
did that
for Star
release?
Wars.
2 months ago.
How is it still sold the fuck out?
I honestly have no idea. We walked up and like, yeah, I want 4 tickets to Frozen, and she was like, yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any tickets left. This theater's sold out. I'm like, this late? And she was like, yeah, it's. We're kind of surprised too. Just like, what the hell is this? So then we went the next day, same concept. We pre-bought them this time, but yeah, it was still sold out. Which I couldn't believe.
That's honestly wild.
Yeah, fucking Disney, man. Saw 6 Underground. Fucking
I
phenomenal.
hear that's
movie.
pretty good. Yeah, I heard that. That's a movie?
It's a movie, yeah. It's on
They
Netflix.
preview it like it's a damn show.
No, it's on Netflix. It's
Oh.
Ryan Reynolds, one of the main characters. It's essentially he makes basically I don't even know what to even call them. Like assassins, I guess. Almost. He creates his own thing to basically take out the bad people in the world that the government doesn't want to do. So he does his own thing. It's the most Michael Bay movie of all time. Within the first
that are Michael Bay, but this one.
in the first 10 minutes, they blow up probably about 90 cars. It's pretty wild. Action's phenomenal. Very gory. Yeah, it's David Franco gets impaled by a forklift.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's not good.
I like him.
But it's a good movie though. It's funny. It's got him. It's kind of got the Ryan Reynolds charm. Anytime I watch a movie of him now, all I think is Deadpool. It's hard not to, unfortunately. Especially when it's like an action comedy.
All I think of is Pikachu.
Yeah.
Even in that, all I heard was All I thought it was Deadpool, because they didn't dub his voice.
I mean,
But,
they did dub his voice.
So I saw that. I thought that was phenomenal, and that was pretty much it for the most part. I can't think of anything else. So, but let's dive in, boys.
Let's just jump right into it.
Let's dive right into some life-changing events, shall we?
Life-changing events?
Your life-changing event.
Shit.
Not life-changing, but so what I'm gonna
Decade
do
defining.
throughout the podcast is I'm gonna randomly throw out
Or double
some
Ds.
news that happened in every year of the decade, starting with 2010. So I'll really quick. Just know some of these are kind of depressing, but
It's the news. We
lovely.
expect.
these are events that happened. So 2010, really quick, to kind of start off, January, Google leaves China. You guys remember that?
I do.
Mhm.
I do.
Here's somewhere.
I remember hearing all about that.
January 12th, the earthquake in Haiti. That happened, 2010. Hundreds of thousands of people were affected by it, unfortunately. They even made a song, We Are the World. Remember that?
That's
The
what that was
remake?
for? Oh, the remake.
The remake.
There we go.
Of
Yeah, I
the
remember the
Michael
remake.
Jackson one.
I remember the remake. Yep.
And they dubbed Michael Jackson into it.
No, they just spliced his voice into it. They didn't dub
Well,
him
they
in.
did. Well, in the music video, they cut him into the music video.
Oh yeah.
If you ever watched it,
No.
the original Black Michael Jackson, just hilarious. It didn't match at all.
Oh,
2000
probably not.
April 14th. You guys remember that giant volcano that erupted in Ireland that
Mhm.
sent a huge ash cloud over all of Europe?
Hell
I don't
yeah.
remember that.
I remember that.
It was one of the largest eruptions in history, and all of Europe got covered in ash and soot.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't recall that one.
Yep. April 20th, 2010, the drilling rig in the Gulf of Mexico broke, causing the
Wow.
largest oil spill in history.
Good old BP.
Oh,
Yeah, the BP one.
Yep. 80% of the Gulf of Mexico had oil in it. June
poor
27th,
fishies.
FBI arrests 10 Russian spies caught living extremely deep undercover in the United States government.
yeah.
I don't
remember
remember.
that.
I don't recall that one, but I saw that was on there, so I was like, that's kind of crazy. And October 13, 2010, the last piece for this one. 33 miners are rescued after spending 69 days trapped
Nice.
in a mine.
Well, not nice, but the number's nice.
Were these just like the depressing ones?
No, they're all like this. So,
Oh, I
because
was just
we're
seeing,
It
like,
only gets worse
so-
from here.
No, it doesn't get worse, but they're like it's events that happened in the last 10 years. So
Well,
there's some funny ones, but
You also, I don't know if it's in there, but there was the fire from Notre Dame.
That's
The
this is
Oh, I
2010.
remember that one.
yeah. That should
I don't know
be
when
coming
that
out.
happened, but
2017.
no, that didn't happen in 2010.
Oh, 2010. Okay, that's why I asked. Like when
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah,
when,
no.
when, or was
I'm gonna randomly do.
I thought it was
every
16.
year.
was it?
No.
It might have been 17. I'm not sure.
I can't remember. It's one of those.
But yeah, that was 2010. So. Now let's get into some gaming stuff.
All right, I guess I'm up.
Yeah, if you want to do your PlayStation
All right.
thingy-majiggers.
Yep. So. Oh wait, hold on. Where the hell is it? PlayStation, Xbox. Where was it? Oh, gaming news
There,
of the
it's up
year.
there.
It's under gaming news of the year. Right?
No. Are you talking about in the Discord?
No, I'm
don't know
talking
where
about
you
I'm talking
posted
about in the PDF.
Oh, it's on gaming news of the year at the bottom too.
Bottom two?
The Polygon links.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me just look. I'm not ready. People talk. Talk.
Okay, so now I'll go really quick.
Oh, no, I found it. Here we go.
Okay, there you go.
All right. So,
Cut that.
we're not going to. So every year, every month, PlayStation and Microsoft give out free games for their services. And this year, let's take a look at what PlayStation gave out. This was the first year without Vita and PS3 games.
PS3 game.
So, this year, PlayStation Plus gave out $894 worth of games.
Nice.
Damn.
Here are some of them. Okay, January you got Amplitude on PS3, Fallen Legion, Flames of Rebellion on Vita, Portal Knight on PS4, Steep on PS4, Super Mutant Alien Assault on Vita, Zone of the Enders HD Collection on PS3. The average Metacritic score is 6.5, average age is 2 years, 7 months, and the total value is $134.94.
That's pretty good.
February, you had Dive Kick on PS3, For Honor on PS4, Gunhouse on Vita, Hitman the Complete First Season on PS4, MGS Force, Guns of the Patriots on PS3, and Rogue Aces on the Vita. Average Metacritic score is 77.2. All of that is boosted because of Hitman and MGS4. Total value is $122.94. This was the last one that had the PS3 games. March had Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered and The Witness. Average Metacritic score 85. Average age is 2 years, 10 months. Total value was $79.98. April had Conan Exiles and The Surge. Average Metacritic score is 70. Average age is 1 year, 5 months. Total value $69. Nice. $0.98. May you had Overcooked and What Remains of Edith Finch. Average Metacritic score is 83. Average age is 2 years, 4 months. And total value is $36.98. June you had Borderlands: The Handsome Collection and Sonic Mania. The average score was 84 on Metacritic. Average age is 3 years. And total value is $79.98. July you had Detroit Become Human Digital Deluxe Edition and Horizon Chase Turbo. Average Metacritic score of 78. Average age is 2 years, 6 months. Total value is $49.98. August, you had Sniper Elite 4 and Wipeout Omega Collection. Average Metacritic score of 81. Average age 2 years, 4 months. Total value $79.98. September, you had Batman Arkham Knight and Darksiders 3. Average score of 75.5. 2 years, 6 months is the average age, and $79.98 as the total value. October, you had MLB The Show 19 and The Last of Us Remastered. This probably had the best average Metacritic score of 90.5.
Nice.
Average age is 2 years, 11 months. Total value is $49.98. November, you had Neo and Outlast 2. Average Metacritic score is 78. Average age is 2 years, 8 months. Total value is $49.98. December, Monster Energy Supercross, the official video game, and the phenomenal Titanfall 2. Average Metacritic score of 78. Average age 2 years, 6 months, and $59.98. So, overall, the average score was 77. The average price is $27.98. And the average age is 2 years, 10 months. So, I mean, pretty solid. You can see how low everything went once we got out of February, once they dropped the Vita and PS3 games. So, but, oh well. I mean, it was a good list. There's some solid games on there. Let's take a look at...
My computer crashes. It's just no accidentally loaded Halo Reach. So.
Oh boy.
Did you really?
Nice.
Yeah, I accidentally clicked on it.
Uh-oh.
I thought I closed out of it, but it's going now. So.
Hey, one thing to periodically, well, something that I typically overlook. You know your taskbar, the little arrow you click up. When you go live, click on that and make sure to shut down Steam and Origin and all them other things so they don't do updates while you're trying to do your show.
Oh, that would be the worst. Good thing I always have that stuff dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Edge is opening.
last week it wasn't. And then Just a
Sorry,
little tip
listeners,
for-
whoever listening to mine, you're
Oh.
Oh, no.
You're listening to the Gamer National Anthem. Shut up.
Pretty much.
Got it. Got it
Why
covered.
is it not opening up in another tab? I don't get it.
Well, he's doing that really quick. Go over some of the biggest gaming news of the year. Couple different things. So started off the year, Activation and Bungie breakup.
Activision, you mean?
They, that's what I said.
Activation?
Activision.
Oh, whatever.
That thing.
So they have broken up the company with Destiny, and that's why Destiny 2 basically had its rejuvenation. So kudos to them. Apex becomes the legendary new battle royale for about a month and a half. To start the year off. EA lays off about 1,000 people to begin the year. Blizzard as well, another 800 people. Google Stadia enters the streaming space. Reggie retires.
My boy, the meme machine. My
Cold
body
day.
wasn't ready for him to retire.
Next generation consoles come into focus. Loot boxes changed the world. They sure did.
Much like how Fortnite saved the world, loot boxes changed the world.
Becoming banned by most countries, as well as now it is a law. They have passed a law for loot boxes, which is unreal. Blizzard in Hong Kong. And some other notable stories. Microsoft launches the all-digital Xbox. Apple has launched their own subscription service. Disney did the same. Epic buys Rocket League. Sony buys Insomniac.
Which is shocking
And-
that they didn't own them before.
Yeah.
Still shocked.
EA brings games back to Steam, beginning with Jedi Fallen Order.
Same with Microsoft.
Yeah.
Microsoft brought
that
games
was
back
next
to
on there.
Steam.
Rockstar launches its own PC store, which is awesome. And Jim Ryan is named the new Sony president.
Mm-hmm.
So that was some big things. Yeah, Drew, what were you gonna say, James?
No, I just have
I mean, Nate. Not,
no.
I thought you had your
Huh?
I
Oh,
thought you
no,
had your
I'm
hand
just
up like you were
chilling.
gonna say something. Okay, go ahead, James.
All right, so here are the Xbox games with gold.
Front and center, so
You're sitting in the front of the class, bud.
yeah.
Xbox games with gold gave out $1,196 this year. So,
That's awesome.
January came out Celeste for the Xbox One, Far Cry 2, Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, and World Rallycross Championship 6. Average Metacritic score of 83. Average age is 5 years, 6 months. Total value of $104.98. February had Assassin's Creed Rogue, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, and Super Bomberman R. Average Metacritic score is 70.25. Average age is 5 years, 4 months. Total value is $89.96. March had Adventure Time Pirates of Itridion, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2, and Star Wars Republic Commando. Average score of 76.5. Average age is 6 years. Total value is $89.69. April, Outlast Second Contact, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the 2005 edition, The Techromancer, and Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2. Average age or score is 76, 7 years, 5 months, and 109.96. May, Comic Jumper, Earth Defense Force, Insect Armageddon, Marooners, and Golf Club 2019. Average score is 69.5, 4 years, 7 months, and 94.96. June, you had Earth Defense Force 2017, NHL 19, Portal Still Alive, and Rivals of Aether. Average score of 78, 6 years, 5 months, 104.96. July, you had Big Crown Showdown, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Inside, and Meet the Robinsons. Average score is 77.5. Average year is 7 years, 1 month. Total price is $62.96. August, you had Castlevania Lord of Shadows, Forza Motorsport 6, Gears 4, and Torchlight of 83.75 average score, 6 years, and $163.97. So that was a huge savings right there. September, we had Earth Defense Force 2025, Hitman the Complete First Season, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, and We Were Heroes. Average score of 74.75, age of 4 years, 1 day, and $114.98. October, you got Disney's Bolt, Friday the 13th game, Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, Timbo, the Badass Elephant. Average score of 62.5, average age of 6 years, and total value of $74.96. November, you had Jetpack or Joyride Turbo, Sherlock Holmes: The Devil's Daughter, Star Wars Jedi Starfighter, and The Final Station. 70.25 average score, 7 years, 10 months, and 89.96 doll hairs. December, Castlevania Lords of Shadows, Mirror of Fate HD, Insane Robots, Jurassic World Evolution, and Toy Story 3. Score of 78, average age of 4 years, 7 months, total value of $94.96. So,
Just goes to show that how big that stuff is.
yeah.
And I can.
Some real bangers on there.
Yeah, there is.
No month compared to what Sony had with whatchamacallit, with Last of Us and MLB The Show, but still a fucking banger.
Xbox Ultimate Game Pass, though, is definitely the best game-based subscription service.
It's the best
that is
value
out
in
there,
gaming.
so.
Best value in gaming.
Speaking of subscription services, 2019 was definitely the year of subscriptions. So let's dive into that here really quick. So Microsoft had the Xbox Live, Xbox Gold Pass. Sony has PlayStation Plus, PlayStation Now. EA Access, Origin Access. Nintendo, Switch Online. TV, Crunchyroll, Funimation, DHive, Amazon Prime, Netflix, HBO Now, DC Universe, Hulu, Disney Plus. And you also, the one that they didn't have on there, Ubisoft. They have their own as well.
Well, that's not yet. That hasn't come out yet.
Well, they will. And then Google Stadia. So
NBC's hasn't come out yet either?
NBC? No, that's next year.
Oh, okay.
There's so many.
CBS. There is CBS as well. If you were to have every single one of them, you would pay $170 a month to have every streaming service available.
That's still a better value than cable.
It is. Some biggest things in a row.
Yeah.
I don't think so, Chief.
How?
How?
Yeah.
Well, to be frank here, I can get cable and internet for like what, $120 a month.
Okay, so $50 more a month, you'll have objectively more things to be able to do. You have vast shows, more than you could probably ever watch.
Exactly, that's the point.
The ideology is to have as much as you could possibly handle. With cable, you still have a bunch of shit you'll literally never watch and never choose to watch, but you could always find something and be like, oh, this looks neat, let's give it a shot.
Well, I could do that with cable too.
There's only so much on cable.
There's only
You have a vastly larger library.
There's too much though on Netflix and Hulu and Amazon and Crunchyroll and Funimation. As a person that has all of those, I can say I don't know why I spend as much money on Netflix as I do, or on Amazon Prime as I do, because I don't fucking watch any of that shit. I have Netflix so I can watch The Witcher. And guess what? I'm like done with the show. What am I going to watch after that?
Before?
To get ready for The Witcher.
How long have you had Netflix?
My own account, maybe like 3 months.
But yeah, that's definitely a year that streaming services, I would say, exploded. Xbox, obviously, they came out with the digital-only version, strictly for the Game Pass. You have the xCloud, which they are still in development, which releases early next year, which is their streaming-based game console. PlayStation Now, they have significantly dropped their price
From
to compete
$100 a year to $70 a year.
Yeah, well, it's not significantly, but they still did to compete with Xbox, because obviously
That's
they
as
know
much as
Xbox.
it is for Disney Plus a year.
Switch Online, they've come and gone. Like, they're not come and gone, but they've had their own ignite into this world of streaming, so good for them. And then obviously your EA, that's for your like Maddens, things along those lines. And then you jump into TV, exactly what James said. He has Netflix for The Witcher. You have The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. You have all these shows and movies now. It's come a long way. Animated TV, that's a big one now too, for your Crunchyroll and Funimation. Like, those two have come a huge way this year. Personally, I think, but and then coming next year, the Uplay Plus from Ubisoft and Apple Arcade, they created theirs. Apple
Okay,
TV.
what about Google Play Pass?
That was next on here. Google Play Pass, and then Disney Plus. Yeah, I actually didn't know about Disney Play Pass until now. That's the first thing I learned about it.
Google Play Pass? I talked about it when it came out because I signed up for it. It's got some good games on there.
My bad. But yeah, that's this year has definitely been wild when it comes to that streaming, especially. And then you have all the companies now who have exclusive streamers to their streaming service. You have Facebook, you have YouTube, you have Twitch, you have Mixer. They all have exclusive streamers for those platforms. And then Amazon is trying to get into the world of streaming as well. So 2020, I think, will be
it's gonna be fucking crazy. Is what it's gonna be.
Yeah. So 2020 is gonna lot.
Splitting up all these different audiences going to be good or bad?
I think it's gonna be
bad. Think so?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. I don't think it's. I don't know.
I think it's effectively shooting yourself.
Definitely questionable.
Well,
like, yes, they're gonna make money, but you're still fighting yourself.
Yeah.
Well, even like there's all these acquisitions from companies buying other companies. The Sony and Fox deal was completed this year.
Disney and Fox.
So Sony and Fox?
I mean, not Sony and Fox, sorry. Disney and Fox. That deal was finalized this year. You have the Codemasters. They bought Slightly Mad, if you're not familiar with that. Shift 2, Need for Speed. They make those games. Facebook buys Beat Games, who makes Beat Saber.
Those games look pretty damn fun, to be honest with you.
Beat Saber, I think, is going to be awesome. Mark has it. He's got a VR.
Pretty fun.
Bethesda, they bought Alpha Dog. That's another big company. Ubisoft buys Green Panda Games. Green Panda Games they are a hyper console company who make games almost they're like animated games for those who aren't familiar with it. Microsoft buys Double Fine. And Sega buys 2 Point. Epic buys
Psyonix.
Rocket League.
THQ
Nautic buys Warhouse. And then Disney buys Insomniac. Insomniac, Jesus Christ.
Sony buys Insomniac.
So, all these companies trying to one-up each other. So we'll
see what happens. Yeah, it's gonna be a crazy year though.
But a couple more things for just like a game of the year type. And before we get to the game of the decade.
Game of the decade?
Games of the decade, like that side of it.
Yep.
So for the year, Apple has released their best games of 2019. iPhone Game of the Year Sky Children of Light.
I hear that's really good.
iPad Game of the Year, Hyper Light Drifter. Mac Game of the Year, Grease. Apple TV Game of the Year, Wonder Boy. Apple's Best Apps. iPhone App of the Year, Spectre Camera. iPad App of the Year, Flow, which I'm not sure what any of these are. I've never heard of these apps. Mac App of the Year. Give me 1 second here. My computer's froze.
Probably because you're loading up Halo Reach again.
Yeah. Apple TV App of the Year, The Explorers. And App Trend of 2019, Storytelling Simplified. Not quite sure what those are, but that's what they are. Little quick recap here of Nintendo, PC, Sony, and Microsoft. Sony.
Microsoft, Sony.
Yeah, Microsoft and Sony. They allowed they're crossing the streams. Woohoo! Sony finally this year allowed crossplay for the first time.
Took them long enough.
Yeah, kudos.
What was the first game they did?
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
That's what I thought it was.
Fortnite was the first one. So, kudos to them.
Sony also switched over to Microsoft Azure for their cloud-based computing.
Yep.
Behind PlayStation's back.
Sony also
Never saw
skipped
it
E3
coming.
for those who forgot.
Never saw it coming.
They did skip E3, which some saw that as either a really bad move or a really good move for them. And
nothing.
They didn't. And they feel that PlayStation 5 is actually well positioned to start next year very strong. Microsoft, they ended the year with the most powerful console, Xbox One X. So kudos to them. Xbox One is still the only console that supports backwards compatibility. And Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is the best game-based subscription for PC or console. So good job for you guys.
So, quick question of Xbox One. Is that only due to the fact that it runs 6 teraflops and because that's it's like splitting hairs. Like when it's on a console, at least, it's such a.
Yeah, it's when they made the X. Are you talking about like when like you're talking about like the most powerful console?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that seems real tight.
Well, also
Yeah,
when it
it's-
comes to, I think it has more RAM than the Pro. I mean, it's the
I
only
thought they
one
had
that,
equivalent RAM of 6 teraflops.
it's also the only one that can run games at 4K 60 frames. PS4 runs in
PlayStation-
4K 30 frames or 1080p at 60 frames.
Interesting.
Nintendo, really quick, had their most successful year in their console history. The back half of the year was filled with a ton of exclusives and a lot of content. They
Nintendo's
released
absolutely fucking killing it. This is the year Nintendo.
Nintendo Switch 2020 lineup already looks amazing compared to the other companies, which is absolutely phenomenal. The only downfall is that they're not adding NES or Super NES games on a monthly basis anymore. But they did have their best financial year, as well as they released a light version of the Switch, which didn't do as good as expected, but they were still having an absolute monster of a financial year. So kudos to them. And then to end, these are the most profitable, best-selling games of the year. Video game sales as a whole has been down this year, but a lot of company franchises actually broke revenue records. Doesn't make sense how that works, but it is what it is. Nintendo Switch is dominating hardware sales for the year. Compared to the other two companies, it is the best-selling console of the year worldwide, while Microsoft and Sony does prepare for the new generation. The most games that were sold was in November, which
Go figure.
Black Friday, which makes sense. And then the top selling 10 games of the year. Number 10, Anthem. Number 9, Star Wars Fallen Order.
Damn,
Yeah,
that hurts.
A little bit.
I'm waiting for Fallout 76 to be on this list.
You got to think though, how many people
Oh, it's
pre-ordered
fine.
Anthem? It was one of the most pre-ordered games in history.
Man, how many people got super fucking disappointed?
Oh, they were probably furious, which is unreal.
Man, how many
Um,
years left does BioWare have? I'm gonna say 2.
No,
Every
that was number
Bioshock
10.
game.
It just goes to you to show, like, how many people pre-order that game and they just got fucking japed. Number 9, Star Wars Fallen Order. Number 8, Smash Bros. Ultimate. Number 7, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Number 6, best-selling game of the year, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah, that
Oh.
was.
How?
Well,
It
because
sold
people,
over 5 million copies.
yeah,
in a
people were waiting for it. It's Anthem. Same thing with fucking Anthem.
Yep.
I bought the deluxe edition of Kingdom Hearts 3. I spent $80 on that piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know
month.
what's
Yeah,
you know
that
what's
was
doing now?
One of the most anticipated games.
You know what it's doing now? It's sitting at Ramon's house, not being played because I let him borrow it and he's not playing it.
I still want to try that game. It's been
The best part is when Elsa sings "Let It Go." She sings the whole song in the game.
The best part is when you
That's-
turn off the console.
It's true. Number 5, best-selling game, 2019, Mortal Kombat 11.
Wow.
I'm
Number
okay with that.
Mhm.
Number 4, Borderlands 3.
Mm.
Okay.
Number 3, Madden NFL 20.
Number 1's probably FIFA 20.
Number
Yeah.
2, NBA 2K20.
Yep, it's FIFA.
Nope. The best-selling game of the year was Modern Warfare.
What the fuck?
Really?
Yeah, it generated $600 million.
Damn.
It was the best-selling Modern Warfare game in history.
Wow.
Yep. So yeah, $600 million.
Jesus.
Yep, it's the best launch of any Call of Duty game to date, and it is the franchise's best-selling game.
Wow.
In this year's reboot of the 2007 classic. So yeah, Modern Warfare is the best-selling game of 2019. Now let's talk about the last 10 years, shall we? Oh, really quick, let me do another year of news. Really quick, 2011, January 28th, Charlie Sheen enters rehab and begins the downfall of his career.
That's a great way to
Yeah,
start.
Tiger Blood.
He references he doesn't like people with tiger blood.
No, he has Tiger Blood.
Oh, that he had tiger blood, yes. So people aren't like him. February 11th, the Egyptian president resigns due to the revolution and giving up. Basically, he was president for 3 decades, 30 years, and people were protesting outside of his capital and like throwing bombs and stuff like that. If you don't remember, March 11th, an earthquake in Japan causes the second worst nuclear accident in history. 29th, 3 billion people turn in to watch Prince William marry Kate Middleton.
My mom did.
It was the most viewed worldwide phenomenon in history. Let's see, we got here May 1st, Osama bin Laden is killed. May
That was a
27th,
thing.
yeah, May 27th, Congressman
Fuck that
Anthony
guy.
Weiner posts a picture of his penis on his Twitter.
Hence his last name. What do we expect?
He says he was hacked.
Sure he
Uh-huh.
was.
Oh, yeah.
2 days later, Congressman Anthony Weiner steps down as congressman. July 23rd, Grammy-winning Amy Winehouse passes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
August 20th, Kim Kardashian marries Chris Humphries in a $10 million televised marriage, being divorced 70 days later. September 17th, the Occupy Wall Street movement begins, where 1,000 people
Yep, I remember that too.
stay outside downtown Manhattan. November 5th, Jerry Sandusky is arrested, and Joe Paterno is fired for knowing about it.
I remember that.
Dude, that made such an awkward time when I was in
Yeah.
Sandusky. People would literally be like, so, what's it like to be named after a city of a man who did this stuff? I was like, first off, Sandusky, Ohio has nothing
Came
to do
first.
with Jerry Sandusky, a coach in Pennsylvania. Do you really think a town in Ohio would name something after someone in PA? It's a pretty big
Well,
rivalry.
I don't
First off.
I don't know about that one, Chief, because there's a new Pittsburgh and a new Philadelphia in Ohio.
That is true. But yeah, like every person that will come in, like that was out of town, because if you don't know, Sandusky, Ohio is Cedar Point. So people come in through all the world to go to Cedar Point, and they were like, "Man, it must be rough living in this city with that last name. You guys have a bad reputation." Like, you know, we have nothing to do with what he did, right? It's like the city of Sandusky didn't tell Jerry Sandusky to do this, and they kind of look at me like, "Well, anyways, I want to buy a computer." It's like, sir, you come into the store to buy a computer, and magically you bring this up, dude. It literally lasted for like 7 months. At least once a day, someone would come up and mention, "Oh, that's a horrible time to live in this city." I was like, no, it's really not.
It's really not that bad, honestly.
It's like, this has nothing. The name of a city has nothing to do with it. I was like,
We
do you realize how many Sanduskys there probably are in the country?
we get a bunch of butt fucks like you coming in here,
Yeah.
traveling all the way to Sandusky, Ohio, just to go into places and be like, "Boy, howdy, sure is rough being in this place at this time because thing happened."
Yeah. And I was like, just imagine, like, Joe Paterno. What if someone lives in a city called Paterno? Oh, man, it must be a hard time living here.
It's
You
hell.
guys are
It's the
fucks.
worst.
October 3rd, last piece of 2011. Amanda Knox is freed from the Italian prison after being convicted for 2 years after being convicted that she murdered her roommate. It was overturned, for those who don't know.
It was definitely longer than 2 years. Oh no, she was stuck in there. Yeah.
Yeah,
was a
she
lot.
was. Yeah, it's actually a Netflix special for those who don't know. Who knows who Amanda Knox is? Basically, she lived in Italy with her roommate. She came home. Her roommate was brutally murdered. She got charged and convicted, and then it took 2 years for them to realize she didn't do it, and they finally let her go and brought her, and she came back home to the United States 2
It
years
was
after the fact.
it was those damn Passions. It was the Passions. That's a JoJo reference.
But yeah, so that was rough for her. That is on Netflix for those who do want to watch that. It's an interesting story. It really is. They actually interview her. James,
Yes.
do you want to go over the best and worst of the decade?
Yeah. Where is it?
Games of the decade, top one.
Oh, gaming news of the year? Biggest
No,
gaming.
games of the decade.
Where the fuck is games of the deck? Oh, there it is. Okay, I see it. All right.
Right, it literally says games of the decade.
Motherfucker, you said right up at the top. I was looking at the top. I'm like, where is it?
And then you have to, if you scroll down, you can see page 1 of 4. You can skip.
Oh,
to,
Halo Reach
like,
is number 100.
Yeah. You can skip the top 10, 40 to 11, and just kind of do however many you want. You don't do all 100 because that's a lot.
Bitch, you gave me the reins. I'll do whatever the hell I want. Let's
Oh,
do
you can
40
do
to
whatever you
1. Let's do 40 to 1.
Whatever you want.
Top 40.
These are the best games of the decade.
The Tuesday Top 40. Starring Ryan Seacrest. All right. So 40 is Civ 5. 39 is Nier Automata. Hell yeah. 38 is Night in the Woods. 37 is Spelunky. Great game. 36 is Tetris Effect. 35 is Red Dead 2. 34 is Little Big Planet 2. 33 is Destiny 2. 32 is Outer Wilds. 31 is Dead Space 2. 30 is Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain. I don't believe that. 29 is Gone Home. 28 is Fallout New Vegas. 27 is Fez. 26 is Super Mario Galaxy 2. That should be higher. 25 is Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
And some of the categories I did see really quick. Mario. Oh no, it's Odyssey, not Galaxy. Galaxy is higher, but I think Mario Odyssey is number one in a couple of them. Not this one though, but sorry.
Okay. 24 is Overwatch. 23 is Bloodborne. 22 is Pokemon Go. 21 is Dishonored 2. 20 is Dark Souls. 19 is Fortnite. 18 is Rocket League. 17 is The Walking Dead Season 1. That came out in 2012. Wow. 16 is Destiny 1. All right. 15 is What Remains of Edith Finch. 14 is Titanfall 2. 13 is Minecraft. 12 is Stardew Valley. 11 is Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, some of the ones that's number one.
Please?
And some of them Minecraft
Please?
has number one on it.
Page doesn't work. Okay, there we go. Number 10 is Journey. 9 is Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. 8 is Dad of Boy, a.k.a. God of War, the 2018 version. 7 is GTA 5. 6 is Mass Effect 2. 5 is Breath of the Wild. Wow, I'm surprised it's that low. 4 is Red Dead Redemption 1. 3 is Portal 2. 2 is Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. And the number one best game of the decade, according to Games Radar, is The Last of Us.
Okay.
And when you change listings, a lot of those top 10s change, but a lot of them are actually within the top 10. Like some of them, Mario Odyssey was number one. Some of them, The Witcher was number one. One of them had Red Dead. One of them had Portal. So they're all in the same realm, but do you guys agree with most of that for the most part?
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah,
I think
that's
those
not
are all
bad.
pretty solid.
Before we get into the worst,
Boy, how do you fucking love
Schroeder,
Microsoft
do you want
Edge.
to go over the things that you had posted? 'Cause those
Yeah.
are games of the decade.
Yeah. So I put together a couple. These are kind of off the top of my head too, just the ones that I could remember. And then I did look up a couple lists, and I was like, oh yeah, that one's not too bad, even though I never played it. So these were my top most atmospheric and artistically driven games. No particular order. Maybe after the show or something, we can put them in an order, and then we'll have our own list instead of trying to other people's. So this is my thoughts on that. Top handful of artistic atmospheric games. I got Limbo is in there. Cuphead, because Cuphead is excuse me, Cuphead was completely hand drawn. That whole game is completely hand drawn, which I thought was really cool. I think Skyrim with the proper mods can be incredibly beautiful. I have Bethesda written here because both Fallout and Skyrim, when you put the proper mods, you can make it look astounding.
Hold there, Chief. Hold the phone there, Chief. I don't think that counts because it includes mods. This base game should only include base game. I mean, that's up to you. It's your list. I'll make my own damn list if I really have problems with it. But
if you want to get to like super technical, still I would say that the game itself, if you go to its time, was still a beautiful.
oh yeah, for the time it
when
looked
it came
fantastic.
out, yeah.
Well,
Like,
look
it
at
was
this list. Skyrim's number 5,
gorgeous.
so
Yeah,
Of the
it was a
decade.
beautiful looking game.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, so when it first came out, it really was above its, it was ahead of its time. I got Little Nightmares. It's kind of a cool game. The BioShock series. Bastion is considered to be one of the is a really good game. A game I never played, but I heard about Okami. Okami, is that what it is? Okami?
That came
I
out.
watched
That
a
was
little bit of-
that was way before. That was like 2005.
Okay. Dear Escher?
Dear Esther.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I hear that one was pretty good.
Uncharted 4 was like on every list.
Oh my god, the game is gorgeous.
I like
Yeah,
Uncharted.
I don't know if this game. I think this game came out after 2010, Mirror's Edge.
Yeah. Well, no,
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
08,
wasn't that
09?
8? Yeah, I think 8 or
Okay.
9.
Catalyst though. You can count.
Yeah.
Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Yeah. Don't Starve.
I
Those
really
are
like
really
the. I like the.
cool.
I like the art of Don't Starve.
I don't like playing them. It even annoys the shit out of me. But as far as looking cool, it does a good job. The Trine series.
Mm-hmm.
Those games are pretty cool. Yeah, those are pretty. And I have the Subnauticas in here too.
Sub-Zero
It's
is
gorgeous.
so crisp. Oh
It
my
is amazing.
God, dude.
I would
It- the
add.
te-
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the textures and everything are so tightly knit. Like everything looks so clean.
Yeah, it really does.
I can't see a single looks like it's just overly pixelated or any kind of like sense in it. It's just everything looks good.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm also so kind of surprised Bendy isn't there for you. Bendy was a super game.
It was. I teetered on it because it's a unique game, but as far as the artisticness to it, it's pretty drab. The whole just because it doesn't change at all. It's literally the same sepia. It's neat artistically as far as the characters and the story plot and how they play with it, but as far as visually astounding goes.
They were all technically like they weren't, I guess, quote unquote hand drawn, but they were all like digitally drawn.
Oh,
It was-
most of the content in that game
Mhm.
came from fans. Actually,
Yeah,
they
okay,
used
yeah.
a lot of the art that fans produced in the
It's
game.
really cool.
It's neat. So I mean, yeah. Well, Bendy's kind of on there.
I figured it'd be too close to like the Cuphead aspect kind of thing. So
Yeah. Yep. That's kind
Cuphead
of my
definitely
take
was
on it.
cleaner and more colorful too. So I feel.
Yeah. So I got that one. And
I personally would add, Jeff, Flower, Journey, Unfinished Swan, Persona 5 as artistically beautiful games, and Sayonara Wild Hearts.
okay.
You put Sayonara there, didn't you?
No, Sayonara's not in here.
We were talking about it beforehand.
Oh, okay.
But those are games. The Flower one, I saw some content on that. That does look pretty cool. But the other ones I'm not familiar with like at all.
Unfinished Swan is all about painting the world. It's all
that's
white.
cool.
The entire world is a blank white canvas, and you have to
Yeah.
throw ink blots to like create the way. Or like
Okay.
the Blob, I guess you can also say would also be a pretty artistic looking, like artistic game.
Splatoon then?
Splat Tim, don't do it.
Never played it.
Wait, what?
Splat
This
Tim,
game I
don't
was
do
not
it.
super familiar
I did like that list though. It's a solid list.
Mhm.
A lot of
Yeah, it
cool
was
shit in
solid.
there.
with.
I think
Okay, cool.
What are the other ones you have, Schroeder? 'Cause I know you put a couple on there.
A couple lists.
Yeah, didn't you have like 2 on there? 2 or 3?
Yeah. I got top sandboxes.
You can go over that.
GTA 5. Well, most of the GTAs, but GTA 5 is the one we all still play, so that's why I put that one there.
It's the only one for this
Minecraft.
decade.
Right. Yep. Oh yeah. Minecraft, Ark, Elite Dangerous. Kinda because you're stuck in a ship the whole time, so I don't know about that. Sims.
Staple of the
Bethesda
sample.
again. It's just Bethesda. ... Fable. The third one came out. Yeah.
Fable 3
2010.
wasn't that good.
Yeah. I have No Man's Sky in there. That's sort of a play on both. I don't know. I don't think it's the top 10 of sandboxes, but artistically it was pretty neat. I should have put it in that one. I got Subnautica, Just Cause, Metro, Breath of the Wild, Terraria.
Well, Metro, did you say?
Yeah.
Metro's not really a sandbox though. That's
It-
a linear
Pretty
game.
straightforward.
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
linear
I haven't
game.
played it. I just okay.
Mm.
What about like Rust? Didn't Rust come out in the past 10 years?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. Okay, that's one to add. Breath of the Wild,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Terraria, the Assassin's Creed series.
Number 4
Stardew Valley?
specifically.
Yeah.
What was that, Mark?
Stardew Valley.
Oh, I love Stardew Valley.
I didn't even want to add. Yeah. The Witcher 3, and Red Dead Redemption.
The original?
Both are good.
I,
Both are good.
one was so good.
One was
No, it took-
fantastic.
yeah, it really was. And then I had one more, which was top battle royales, and it starts with Uno, and that's what I got the whole way down.
No Tetris
Uno.
99, you
That's it.
fuck.
No, I forgot. Well, there's a little thing here. It's best games at ruining your friendship, family, and everything you care about. Uno.
Oh, I had a legitimate issue with one of the worst games for your family to play on Christmas.
I had
Oh, that one?
Sorry.
quick, super fast. I won't go too much into it because I don't want to put anyone's laundry out there either. But I'll just leave it at my family decided to play Monopoly and it went down.
Table
in
went
flames.
flipped. Table went and got flipped.
It was
I put that on the list. I was like, Monopoly.
quite honestly the worst possible decision. I looked at my cousin. I'm like, this is a bad idea. And then lo and behold, 25 minutes later, it's a horrible thing that's happened.
Yeah, I threw when he put that. I was like, Monopoly.
Yeah. But the Battle Royale list is going to be Apex, Fortnite, League of Legends,
Fortnite.
PUBG, Super Smash.
League isn't a battle royale, nor is Super Smash Bros. League is a
Really?
MOBA.
It's a MOBA? Okay.
Yeah, and
what would you call
Smash Bros is a fighting game.
It's more arena?
Yeah.
It's more.
Okay.
It's a straight up fighting game, 2D fighter.
Same like with
Party
Brawlhalla
brawler.
and stuff like that.
Okay. Arma,
Yeah, Arma's good.
Call of Duty, Battlefield, H1Z1, Uno again. And that's what I got for that list. But that was the last one I made, and I was kind of rushing along, so I'm sure there's other ones we can add. But
One that didn't get I don't think it got a big enough following, but it's still a fantastic game. is Ring of Elysium.
Cuisine Royale.
I love that game.
Yeah, Ring of Elysium's good.
hey,
It's so interesting.
real quick side note: you guys playing anything after this?
I gotta sleep.
Aim Right's asking.
not.
Sleep.
It depends how late we end up running.
Yeah,
Okay.
So why not?
Yeah, Mark and I will probably play. Aim Right.
Need to eat
He's
something.
asking if we were doing anything.
If depending when it ends, I'd be down to play some Rocket League for a little bit.
Hell yeah. Okay.
Do you want to do the worst games of the
Yeah.
decade now? Jake?
So Jeff talked about his 10 best for a lot of things. Let's take a look at the worst game from every year of the decade, according to Metacritic. This is from The Gamer. So we talked about some fantastic games that came out this year, but people don't realize how bad Deca Sports Freedom is.
Excuse me.
Um,
What is that?
We kickstart the list with the very beginning of the decade. It's the worst game rated from 2010 by Deca Sports Freedom. Game was created for the Xbox 360 Kinect. It was supposed to take interactivity to a next level. Basically Wii Sports, but for the Kinect. It has a 25% on Metacritic. We got number 9 from 2011, Flat Out 3, Chaos and Destruction. Y'all remember the Flat Out games? Those were a rip good time. They were on like the PS2, PC, and Xbox. The third one, on the other hand, after taking a bagillion years to come out, has a 23% on Metacritic. Please, thank you. 2012. Oof.
Just oof.
Can I get another? Ooh. Family Party, 30 Great Games Obstacle Arcade.
It's one of
Games
them.
like Family Party, 30 Great Games Obstacle Arcade, are never going to be gripping in advance.
Words are
They
hard.
won't call it challenging for the Game of the Year awards, but they are normally a lot better. Riddled with issues, no fun, all that kind of stuff. It has a Metacritic rating of 11, making it the lowest game of the entire decade. It's on par with Big Rigs Over the Road Racing.
Oh boy.
2013, Ride to Hell Retribution. Basically a shitty Sons of Anarchy clone with a lot of clothed sex. 19% on Metacritic. Number 2014, we have Rambo, the video game that came out on
Nice.
PS3. The light gun game minus the light gun. 23%. 2015 had Alone in the Dark Illumination. Think of Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, or think of like Left 4 Dead, but terrible, like atrocious. Like 19% on Metacritic, atrocious.
Not fake bad, but real bad.
2016 had Ghostbusters, the
Yep.
one based off of the movie that came out at the same time, at a 30%.
Better than I thought, actually.
Yeah.
Tough.
It lacked humor expected for the game, and the shooting had dreadful reviews. 2017 had Vroom in the Night Sky, a Nintendo Switch game, an exclusive. 17%. 2018 was The Quiet Man from Square Enix.
For that.
Where do I begin? I don't even want to talk about all the reasons this game is bad. 29%. And 2019 had the wonderful Eternity, The Last Unicorn. I've never heard of this game. Worst video game of the year, according to Metacritic, was Eternity, The Last Unicorn. It was given 36% rating and received mainly very negative reviews. While the graphics in the game were good enough, everything else was lacking. The RPG combat was difficult to many to get used to, feeling rather stiff, while the camera consistently seemed to point at bad angles. Game just felt like it needed a lot of work, with various different points not looking polished enough to be ready for release. With a lack of creativity and tons of sloppy mistakes, this game is one to be avoided.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Did you want to do the top apps of the decade, or do you want me to do it?
You could do it.
Okay. So finishing up the decade of games before we move on to some tech stuff with Mark. Let's talk about apps across every platform. So the top apps by all-time downloads of the decade. The most downloaded app of the decade was Facebook. Number 2, Facebook Messenger. Number 3, WhatsApp Messenger, which I don't understand why people use those.
So I will.
Drug
WhatsApp,
deals.
Huge international fan base. A lot in India. A huge thing for India.
India and the Middle
I
East.
didn't realize Facebook
Mhm.
owns that company.
Yeah.
Number 4, also a Facebook company. Instagram, the 4th most downloaded app of all time in the decade. Number 5, Snapchat. Number 6, Skype. Number 7, which didn't come out until a couple years ago, TikTok.
Hell yeah.
Good for you. Number 8, UC Browser. It's a company in China, so I'm guessing that's something based in China. Number 9 most downloaded app of all time of the decade, YouTube. Number 10 is Twitter.
So
Go ahead.
hold up. The 3 of the top 5 are owned by Facebook.
4 of the
Yeah.
top
Oh,
five.
4 of the top
Yeah,
5. Sorry.
pretty
Oh yeah,
much.
because I forgot Instagram.
Yep. And yeah, Facebook bought Instagram as well. So they
So
had
they're
they
good
had
at
a
what they're
good year.
doing.
Top 10 apps. The top 10 most apps that consumers spent their time on of the decade. Number 10, Netflix. Number 2, Tinder.
Oh, that beat Netflix.
No,
That's crazy.
Netflix is number 1. Tinder is number 2.
Okay.
Okay.
that
Oh,
makes
Sorry,
makes
sense.
more
I'm doing
sense.
it. I should be
I'm wasting all
doing.
my time on Grinder. What's wrong with me?
I should be doing 10 to 1. But yeah, number one most consumer spent app was Netflix. Number 2 was Tinder. Number 3, Pandora. Number 4, Tencent Video. Number 5, Line, which I'm not sure what Line is. Says it's a company in Japan.
Okay.
Number 6, IQIYI. It's a company in China. Number 7, most consumed app, Spotify. Number 8, YouTube. Number 9, HBO Go. And number 10, Kawi, KWAI, which is also
Kiwi.
Kiwi. I don't know. Sorry, I wasn't sure if it was spelled weird because there's the chat. It's intertwined with Japanese low symbols.
I
So
think
feels
it
like-
might be Kiwi.
So,
Oh, sure.
it's a Chinese company.
Well, if you put another I at the end, that's kawaii. Oh no, you have to put
Kawaii?
another
Kawaii.
A there.
Yeah, there's a
Kawaii.
bunch of Chinese symbols after it.
Kawaii.
So, I don't know.
Kui.
Kawi?
On the gaming side, if you the number 1 most downloaded game of the decade, number 1, Subway Surfers.
Okay.
Number
Yeah.
2,
I think
is
I
Temple
reviewed
Run.
that back in the day.
No, sorry.
I think I reviewed Subway Surfers.
Makes
Holy
sense.
shit.
I want
Um,
to watch that.
Number 2 is Candy Crush Saga,
Eh,
which took over the world, which is now in the Gaming Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's in the,
Yeah.
this past year it got introducted into the Hall of Fame of gaming. Number
That's wild.
introduccted. Yeah, I said that word.
Inducted.
Inducted. Number
it
3.
got introduction.
Number 3 most downloaded game, Temple Run 2. Number 4, which I completely forgot about this, My Talking Tom.
Oh, fuck that. I remember.
Like, no, fuck everything to do with Talking Tom. That shit was sketched as fuck.
Number 5, Clash of Clans. Number 6, Pou.
Puyo?
It says no, it's just Pou. Pou? I don't
Pew?
even know. Pew. Number 7 was Hill Climb Racing.
Okay.
Number 8, Minions. Number 9, Fruit Ninja. And number 10, the most downloaded game, was 8 Ball Pool.
I'm surprised Pokemon Go wasn't on there.
Well, then
I am actually kind of too.
Yeah, I'm shocked as well. It's followed up. It said honorable mentions.
every day.
Pokemon Go, Puzzles and Dragons, Pokemon Go, Game of War, Fire Age, Fantasy Westward are honorable mentions in that category.
What about Raid Shadow Legends? Use code Level Unlocked to get some free shit on Raid Shadow Legends. No,
Yeah,
don't use that. Do not. Do not. That is a joke.
Won't do
That is a
anything.
joke. It will not do anything.
I just can't. Now I've been being for real.
And then the last list, the top 10 most all-time consumer spent apps. So the apps that you spent the most time on. Number 10, Clash Royale. Number 9, Game of War, Fire Age. Number 8, Pokemon Go. Number 7, Fantasy Westward Journey. Number 6, Honor of Kings. Number 5, Fate/Grand Order.
Yep.
Number 4, Puzzles and Dragons. The number 3 game that you spent most of your time on, Candy Crush Saga. Number 2, Monster Strike. And then the game that the world population spent the most time on in the last 10 years,
Farmville.
Clash of Clans.
Oh. I'm really surprised Farmville.
That's a Facebook game, though.
Yeah.
It's still a game.
You can still download the app, right?
Yeah,
Is
you,
there a
you,
Facebook
you
I
can
don't think
download.
I don't think there's an app for it, is there? I don't think there is.
I don't know.
Mafia
I don't know.
City just had a Yakuza crossover. That's how Mafia works.
Yeah, Farmville, Castleville. My mother-in-law was obsessed with all of those for the longest time.
My mom would not stop playing Farmville.
Yo, I remember
It's a
playing.
legitimate problem.
I remember playing. I think it was like a Mafia something back on MySpace.
Mhm.
Mafia City.
Mafia
City.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, we had to go against somebody. Speaking of MySpace, really quick, I saw a tweet the other day where somebody had posted that Twitter should add a feature where someone logs to your page and plays your favorite song. And then someone replied, "We have finally reached a generation that does not know what MySpace was."
Bring back the top 8.
It's like, that's hard.
Well, I had
let's
someone.
get
In,
this-
I had someone in chat the other day. Sidebar: when I was streaming Pokemon, and I was talking about They mentioned something about one of my Pokemon being like a Superman dog, and I go, "Oh, so like Crypto the Super Dog." Do you guys remember that?
Yes.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Fucking
you
Ace
guys
the
re-
Bat Hound.
Yeah,
Crypto the
exactly.
Super
You
Dog.
guys remember that? He was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about," and I go, "Yeah, it was on
What?
like Cartoon Network." And was it on the Cartoon Network or like the CW?
I think it was on Boomerang.
Yeah,
as well.
probably. Yeah.
Boomerang.
And
Oh my heavens.
you know, it was on that kind of stuff. I would remember watching that on like Saturday morning all the time. And they go, "Yeah, I never really had cable. I just do Netflix." And I go, "Man, fuck it,
And they missed out.
They missed out on some great shit."
Really quick here, let me go over 2012 and 2013 because they're really small.
I talked about the fucking disc for Netflix that you popped into your Wii to give you the on-demand stuff. And they're like, "Yeah, I heard about that. I've never seen it before." Fuck.
That's hilarious. Really quick, 2012, unfortunately, I couldn't find anything the first half. But the second half, July 20th, a midnight showing of The Dark Knight Rises. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
there was tragedies as a shooter opened fire in the theater. October 22nd, Lance Armstrong is stripped of his 7 Tour de France's as he is and was officially banned from biking after it was determined that he had taken steroids his whole entire life.
Oh man.
Testicular cancer doesn't pay, kids.
October 29th.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
F and chat.
Boom, got him.
October 29th, Superstorm Sandy demolishes the northwest Pennsylvania, including New York City. I don't know if you guys
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
November 6th, voters in Colorado and Washington State legalize recreational marijuana.
Dank
For the
weed.
First time in history.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was that long ago. I thought it was way sooner than that.
No, it was that long ago.
December 14, 2012, one of the biggest conspiracy theories in history.
Oh boy.
The Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting.
Oh,
Some
that's...
believe it happened, some believe it didn't.
Well, it happened. The question that was posed was whether it was an inside job or not. It was they call those a red... what do they call
Crisis
those, Rick
actors?
James? No. Yeah, but a false flag.
False flags, yeah.
Yeah.
So that created a controversy throughout the ages. March 13th, 2013, we honored a new pope, Pope Francis, for the second time in our
The most
history.
dope pope.
He is the most dope pope.
He's a
He said that
He's a
gay
pope.
he said gay people are cool in the church.
Hell yeah!
They just can't
It
be
was
high
cool,
up.
man.
April 15th, 2 pressure cookers made into bombs explode at the Boston Marathon.
Yep.
I remember
that happened.
exactly where I was that day.
I remember exactly where I was too.
I
was
was
crazy.
out golfing with my mom.
Yeah, it was wild. Wild,
I
wild,
don't-
wild.
It's
I don't
cleaning that theater I
recall.
used to volunteer at all the time.
This one hits kind of close to home. May 6th, 3 Cleveland women are discovered inside of a basement in a guy's house that had been lost for a decade.
I remember that.
Mhm.
I remember
Three
that.
I remember that
were
too.
One of the
locked.
girls got out.
Yep, one of the girls escaped and they called the police. Amanda, what the hell was her? I don't remember her last name, but yeah, that happened in Cleveland, Ohio. And the guy who lived next door said he had no idea. He's been grilling with this guy for years. Thought I was a completely normal dude. No, he had 3 girls chained to his basement.
Yep. Oh, that's what happens when you get the cheap chains.
Yeah. May 16th,
Ooh.
mayor of
That was bad.
I got all right. If
That's why I
I
don't buy my
okay,
shoes at
all
Walmart.
right. Hold the phone there, Chief. If I got an oof,
Keep going, but it didn't
if
work.
I got an oof for saying that testicular cancer doesn't pay,
Oh my god!
where the
That's
fuck
right,
was
guys,
the
that was bad.
backlash when you said what you did, Jeff?
That's horrible.
That was it. My bad.
keep going, and I'm like, no, I can't but not laugh. Oh my
Oh,
god, that was amazing.
fucking hell!
Oh, yeah, nothing gold can stay, Pony Boy.
No.
By all the
funnier side,
viewers, by all the listeners.
May
Any
so-
chance of monetization is out the window.
Podbean's
sorry,
gonna
Canada.
listen to this. Podbean's gonna listen to this podcast and be like, "Fuck, we made a mistake."
Oops. Like, God, we shouldn't have to sponsoring them. Don't do it,
Ruined it.
Podbean. We love you guys. You're
Oh
phenomenal.
my god!
Ruined it for
Y'all
everyone.
are pretty lit.
May